Characters in Mario Kart have always been one of my favorite things to speculate about. I love the wild picks we've seen over the years. Think of Petey Piranha from Mario Kart Double Dash at the time, Rob the Robot in Mario Kart DS, and especially Honey Queen in Mario Kart 7. I just love the kind of choices that really make you just scratch your head and go, they actually put that in, and I'm all for it. With Mario Kart Switch 2 on the horizon now, I seriously can't stop thinking about the roster. I probably need some help. But the last major home console entry when looking back at it being Mario Kart 8 had a pretty big flaw at launch. There was way too many olds and not enough fresh faces. But with 24 races on the track this time, there's no way they can get away with a small uninspired lineup. We actually need variety over endless reskins. And I think Switch 2's main cast roster could honestly be the biggest we've ever seen, really just picking up where Mario Kart Tour left off. So in this video, I'm going to be locking in my character predictions. The rules are pretty simple, 60 characters, no reskins. This list will be a mix of confirmed, returning, and of course brand new characters. Nothing too crazy. Just like my track predictions, I'll also be throwing in a handful of personal character wishes at the very end as well. And while I've got your attention, if you are enjoying the content on this channel, be sure to subscribe. Not only does it help me, it also allows you to be notified when I do upload next time. And I'm also doing a giveaway right now on this channel, so you can actually win a copy of Mario Kart for the Switch 2 and the Nintendo Switch 2 when this thing actually launches, so there's something in it for you all as well. Alright, let's kick things off with what we already know. We've currently got 24 characters confirmed, just thanks to this game actually having 24 races this time around at one time. The lineup includes pretty much the core cast you can expect from a Mario Kart game, so I'm not going to waste your time by listing every single character off. You can find them all on the screen right now. These are all pretty much just stock standard, but the ones that I honestly am really happy to see off the get-go is just Lakitu, King Boo, and Birdo. They're not always just guaranteed from the very start. The rest, honestly, I'm not surprised that they're in. To keep these predictions somewhat structured, I'm going to start this off by going through characters that have been in past Mario Kart games. I'm not going to have any real in-depth explanations here, just the fact that they have appeared in the past is more than enough reasoning for me to pick them. My actual in-depth reasonings will come for the new characters. Alright, starting off, we have all 7 of the Koopalings. I also think we'll see Hammer Bro return from Mario Kart Tour, and I think that the Fire, Ice, and Boomerang Bros will just be alternative costumes to Hammer Bro, so they just won't take up pointless slots. Next, we have Dry Bones, Monty Mole, Paratrooper finally returning from Mario Kart Double Dash, Wiggler, Chargin' Chuck, Nabbit, Kamek, Diddy Kong, Dixie Kong, Donkey Kong Jr., but this time not in just a sprite format, in an actual 3D model, Funky Kong, Poochie, Petey Piranha, King Bob-omb, Dry Bowser, which I did argue myself if it should be an alt or not, but I was convinced from my last video I did make on characters, where the chat just kind of convinced me that he should be his own character, so we'll go with that one. And lastly, just the Mii costume. Considering this is going to be the Switch 2, I can honestly see Mii's actually coming back, so having it here isn't going to hurt the roster at all. If anything, it then just opens the door for more Mii costumes, which is a good thing. This brings us to a nice 48 characters. The only returning characters I didn't include in this category are Rob the Robot, Honey Queen, and of course clone characters like Captain Toad for an example. I kinda put Captain Toad as an alternative costume, but if it isn't, well then I could see him coming back. It really hurts me to not put Honey Queen and Rob in the returning characters. The only way that I can honestly see those two coming back is if we just get like an approach like everyone is here from Smash Bros. Then they'd be guaranteed. This is kind of where the fun really starts. The next 12 choices that I am going to be actually choosing are all going to be debutants to the series. These aren't in any specific order, and I do have some reasonings to why I am picking them. To kick things off, we unfortunately have Baby Pauline. Nintendo just really love their baby characters, and I honestly think Baby Pauline is probably next in line this time. That is despite the fact that we never actually had Baby Wario, which in my opinion would be way cooler. Plus, he's actually been in a game before as well. Regardless, I can see Baby Pauline actually coming to fruition. Next up, I have Goomba. This bloke was in the very first NES Super Mario Bros. And he's arguably the most commonly recognized common Mario enemy, maybe aside from a Koopa Trooper. Yes, Goombas have no arms, But brother over here has been playing baseball, riding a tricycle in Mario Party, and just so on. He's definitely well equipped to drive a car, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Not having him here would honestly feel like a crime. Talking Flower is the next selection on my list. This was actually a suggestion in my Mario Kart character wishlist with 20 plus other YouTubers. It was brought up by the reaction goat Sir Musty, and I just love his reasoning there, so I'm just gonna steal it. He really suggested that Mario Kart is just awesome when it gets weird with his character choices. DS with Rob, Mario Kart 7 with Honey Queen, and so forth. So why not Talking Flower? Yes, it would be super out of left field and pretty weird to see, but just imagine if he had some running commentary the whole time. That would actually be hilarious. It'd kind of be like a football hooligan just absolutely talking nonsense driving past people. He does some good one-liners. Make it happen, Nintendo. Professor Egad is arguably one of the most wanted characters for the next Mario Kart game. Again, in my wishlist video with all the other YouTubers, this was brought up a few different times. Professor Egad was actually a scrap character in Mario Kart DS and was replaced by Drybones. Back then, Egad had only featured in 3 games, being Luigi's Mansion, Super Mario Sunshine just for a little mention, and also a nice little small cameo in Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. In my personal opinion, he is the face of Luigi's Mansion, excluding Luigi of course. So, considering we have got the Poltergeist car, a Luigi's Mansion track, and also a few more Luigi's Mansion games since, I think having Egad in the next Mario Kart game is well deserved, and it honestly would just feel super right. Next up, I have selected Luma. If you want to stretch it, Luma has been a playable character in Mario Kart before. When you play as Rosalina in Mario Kart Wii, a cute little yellow Luma will just hover over her and just make some noises when doing tricks or even getting hit by an explosion or lightning. Luma unfortunately never returned to Rosalina in any other Mario Kart game moving forward. Even though we haven't had a Galaxy type game for a while now, Luma did actually feature quite heavily in the Super Mario Bros. Movie, so I could easily see Luma just come to the surface. They even had a badge in Mario Kart Tour, so you never know. These next two kind of fall under the same category of reasoning for me, so I'm gonna just loop them in together. I think we're gonna see Spike and Ninja. These are both technically species kind of characters, and they are pretty common Mario enemies now. Let's go ahead and start off with Spike. Spike is well overdue for a Mario Kart debut. When I think of Spike and Mario Kart, the first thing that springs to my mind was when he was teased in Mario Kart Tour with a Mii costume. People just assumed that he was going to become a playable character as well, and there was a lot of outcry when that never happened. So that to me just showed his popularity. He's also been a playable character in a few recent Mario Party games as well, even including Super Mario Party Jamboree, so I can easily see Nintendo adding him in. Ninja also was playable in Super Mario Party Jamboree, and he's been getting a fair bit of love lately as well. The first thing that really springs to my mind personally is just his level in Super Mario Bros. Wonder. That is one of my favorite levels from that entire game. Nintendo honestly has actually put a spotlight back on this character, which I once thought was kind of underutilized, so I can honestly see him coming back again. Next, we have another 2 characters I think you have to just group together, just being both Boom Boom and Pom Pom. These 2 are arguably the most common Mario mini-bosses aside from the Koopalings. I don't have too much more to say on these 2, but they would make some pretty cool inclusions, and I'm all for it. The more the merrier in my opinion. Here's another one for ya, the Poplins. This one I actually think is a lot more realistic than the Talking Flower that I already suggested, but having both here would be really cool. The Poplins are just essentially the Toad equivalents just in the Flower Kingdom. I don't think this one's too much to ask, and considering how well Super Mario Bros. Wonder actually did, having these guys here would just make a lot of sense. If you're gonna choose 3 characters to bring over from that game, it would definitely be the Poplin in my opinion, the Talking Flower, and probably Prince Florian. I'm unfortunately not predicting Prince Florian, but it honestly could happen. I'm actually going to be predicting another Kong, and this time I'm going to be choosing Cranky Kong. I think they're going to want to go all in on the Kong for this game, and I honestly think that Cranky Kong will be a really good choice. Not only has he been around for a long time, he is probably the most recognizable Kongs just aside from the ones that are already in Mario Kart so far. He also got a lot of love in the latest Mario Bros movie, with a whole lot of screen time, so kids are gonna recognize him. I can actually see this one happening. And lastly, we have Toadsworth. I've always just loved Toadsworth as a character, especially in Mario Kart Double Dash, where Toadsworth actually drove in the parade cart in the awards ceremony. And ever since that very moment, I always thought he'd make a really cool driver. This one probably isn't very likely, especially as he is a pretty forgotten character these days, just aside from the Thousand Year Doors remake. But it's gonna be a nice little wildcard prediction for me. I'd be absolutely stoked that this actually came to life. And there we have it. This has been my 60 character roster predictions for Mario Kart Switch 2. Do you agree with me or not? Regardless, let me know all of your thoughts and your predictions down in the comment section below. I absolutely love reading through them all. As I mentioned at the very start of the video as well, I also wanted to share my character wishes for the next game. I've just decided to go with 5 here to not sound too greedy. First up, I want to see the Pianta from Super Mario Sunshine. I'm not even that big of a Super Mario Sunshine guy myself, but just having the Piantas and the Nokis just always lining the track ever since Double Dash has always just made me want to see these guys as a character, so I really want to see that one. Next, I want to see Professor Egad. I've always just loved Luigi's Mansion 1, and I've always wanted him literally since that very moment, so I want to see him too. Next, I want to see King Goomba. He actually was a boss in Mario Kart DS. He technically is a Paper Mario character, but I kind of feel like he just fits in really well next to King Boo, and also just King Bob-omb as well, so having those three will be pretty cool. As I mentioned just a few seconds ago, I also just really want to see Toadsworth, so I hope he comes in. And lastly, I just want to see the talking flower from Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Is it likely? Probably not, but it'd be pretty cool. And I also just want to technically mention one last character which could be deemed as an alt, so I'm going to keep it as hashtag number 6. I want to see Paper Mario. Again, I'm not sure if this would be an alt or a brand new character. I'd probably lean more on the new character side because it is actually different to just a normal Mario reskin, so we'll go with that one. So with all of that, these have been my predictions and also my wishes for the next Mario Kart on the Nintendo Switch 2. We don't have too much longer to wait now till we get to see the Nintendo Switch 2 in action during the Direct, so hopefully we get to see some more Mario Kart as well there. If you did enjoy this video though, it'd be super appreciated if you could leave a like and also subscribe. It honestly helps out the channel a lot. Until next time though, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all in the next video. See ya!